see so many children and adults that have gone through a lot of child abuse things, and they're kind of really still going through it, and it's hindering them from doing a lot of stuff with their own lives. And I feel that child abuse is thought of as just a regular spanking, or the child's parents not spending time with them. But child abuse is more than a spanking. It's more than not spending time with your child. There's a lot entailed in child abuse. So I wanted to like bring it into its raw form and let everybody know what it really was. And I'll use my own life as the example, which encouraged other people to also you know, speak out about what's going on with them. So that was mainly my inspiration. There were a couple of things. One was that reliving, when you come out of a situation that you fought so hard to get out of, especially when you're a child, you imagine yourself in a better place. So you never want to go back there. And when you are writing a book and you're telling people about your story, you have to revisit those places, because you have to revisit those feelings. You have to express how you feel about it. You have to actually sit yourself back in those rooms you never wanted to be back in. You had to experience those beatings in your mind that you experienced, the hunger, the pain. So that was one obstacle, because I stopped several times while writing a book. And other obstacles were, you know, your parents really, they can be negative about it because they don't feel, they want the world to know what's going on with them. And then you have other people that's involved in the whole story, and it's frustrating. It was frustrating to me to actually put it together without making it a revengeful book, and without revealing everybody's story, but still tell mine. So that was an obstacle as well, because there were a lot of people that were supposed to help me get the book edited and published, and it didn't work out that way for whatever reasons. And God placed a lot of people in my life that I didn't even know or wouldn't even expect to help me get through it, and also encourage me a lot. I didn't expect the strength within myself to be so strong, because it's not easy. It's not easy to tell all about your life. It's not easy to deal with people who is telling you to forget about it because it's not going to happen. But mainly it's the people that I've come across, people that have done my interviews, friends that you really don't hang out with too often, but when they know you're doing something positive, they are there to push you completely. I think that and my kids, my children, really encouraged me. With my first book signing, my son was the one that made me go into the bookstore and approach the manager there to market my book. So, you know, they were really supportive, and my children are my #1 fans, and I saw their strength and their support too. Don't give up on life. That's the main thing. Don't give up on life, because a lot of people don't know what you're going through. A lot of people didn't know what I was going through, and they'd see me every day. But mentally, you go through a lot, and emotionally, and sometimes you don't even know that you're going through it. You want to be normal and think normal, and sometimes you run across things that, you know, people might not see things the way you see it, and you're saying, what's wrong with me? But it's nothing wrong with you. You've just gone through stuff. So just continue to fight. Continue to go on and try to make the best of anything, because all negatives can be turned into a positive. And know that you went through this to help someone else, that you have a purpose. And a lot of things a lot of emotions that people who have experienced child abuse feel that they're not worth anything, and that they're here for no reason, and you wonder why. So, you know, continue on, don't give up on life. The other thing is, always expand your education, and that doesn't necessarily mean school. If you finish school, pick up a book, listen to tapes, go to the library, get into stuff that you like, because I feel that your success is going to come from the things that you are good at, great at, enjoy, you know. So continue your education, whether it means going back to school, reading self-help books, reading anything. Also, change your thinking, because sometimes we grow up a certain way because we've been abused. Child abuse victims, domestic violence drugs. We grow up thinking things are normal because that's the only thing we've learned. So change your thinking, because if things aren't going right, you can change it. You have that power, and the way you think is what determines what your future and your present is going to be. So just change your thinking, and that also goes into reading and learning new things, and be around people who you want to be like and who you admire, even if you can't be right with them. I watch a lot of shows on TV, reality shows, where I see how, you know, certain emotions people go through, and they stay positive and they keep a great circle around them. So change your thinking, stay positive, educate yourself, and don't give up on your life.